I think that it's a really beautiful thing, like when you're like you have a partner or like whatever, when you could like when they see you in your passion, then it's like I'm gonna step into this space, and I know that like you'll respect my opinion, and I'm gonna try. Like there's some people that'll just sit there and like just like try to remove themselves as much from the, and it's like it's like that opinion is welcome. It is, yeah. You know, and maybe for everybody it's not welcome. Yeah. But, you know, but I still feel like if you're in a relationship with someone as an artist, you should respect them enough to like, you know, even if you know, even if it's not welcome, to just like you're the one person that like is allowed to comment on this.
Or you know, or start that. It's always about like, cause I have a friend, and she's a dear friend of mine, but she be interjecting too much on shit, you know, and it's like, especially when it's like in the lane that she does, and she knows it too. You know, because she'll catch herself later. She's like, "Let me just shut up. I'm sorry." Yeah. Like I keep interrupting. But I'm like, "Yeah, girl. Like, there's enough mouths in the room delegating this thing. You don't need an extra one. You feel me? Yeah. So in that case, it's like, but I think there's a way of like being like, "Hey, can I say something? Hey, is it okay if I? Right. Can I present an idea?" That's the way to go about it. I don't necessarily love when people just be like shouting things out. Yeah. Ask. For permission, because it's not about you and you stating what you want or what you think is right. It's about like safety, you know. It's about creating a space that anyone can speak up, but like you know,
and sometimes it's not a solution. Like some people feel the need to like, all right, like okay, I see you trying to figure it out, let's solve the problem. It's like it's not a problem.
I just need to think a little.
Right.
I just need some time. I just need some space. I just need to breathe. Yeah, I definitely agree. I, for someone who gives a lot of unsolicited opinions, I do not believe in unsolicited opinions. You can't tell me your unsolicited opinion with me caring. Good or bad, I do not care. I don't care. Unless I ask for it, unless I need your opinion for something. But if I don't ask for your opinion, I probably don't care about it. I'll probably like, if it's compliments, so thank you. If it's something rude, I probably won't say anything. Because
wait, so you're saying that you don't welcome opinions? Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
But you want to give opinions.
Oh yeah, I'll give opinions. I'll ask. I'll be like, well, I think you should do this. I think you're wrong. I'm a living who I am. The dissonance that I experience when I give unsolicited opinions, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just take it. To the chest. I hate dissonance. But when I'm giving unsolicited opinions, I'm gonna just take it. It's okay. I'm gonna let it sink in. But because
so just throw it out there.
Yeah, because
do what you want with it.
Because remember earlier, I think everyone should think like me. So
yeah.
Why wouldn't I give everyone my
opinion? And it falls in line with what you're saying. Yeah. You're on brand. Yeah. Thus far. Yeah, so I respect that. You're being authentic.
Yeah, through.
You're literally doing the thing that you said you're scared of doing. Like you're doing it.
Yeah. I thank you. It's because I don't want you to point out my contradictory. I'm gonna do it myself. I don't need you to do that for me. Like I know who I am.
You're aware, so like that's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
Like as an outsider, not being the person. Like, all right. Okay. You know.
Yeah. No, but my point was that I think that I allow unsolicited opinions and relationships because I think those should be safe spaces.
Yeah.
To give those opinions. I think that in relationships, and I think it depends on like for familial and for platonic relationships. Right. I think those lines kind of blur because those really, I mean, like, okay, wait. Back up. Yeah, because I was about to say something that I don't really believe in. Because I value familial and platonic relationships as much as romantic relationships.
Yeah, same.
Yes. Yeah. So I don't really know why those lines blur. I don't know why I get more upset when my mom gives me an unsolicited opinion versus my partner. My non-existent partner, you know? Like, if they were to exist, I don't know why I would be more upset. But I guess I do. I guess those relate. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm stuck. I don't know. Because I feel like I should value my mom's opinion just as much. But maybe I've had it my whole life.
Maybe because your parents' opinion is usually backed by like this need to like not control, but control or mold you to be this upstanding person or reflection of them. And the whole time we're just trying to rebel against that, right?
Yeah.
So that's trying to create our own identity.
I am someone also who doesn't care for other people's opinions, like usually ever either, you know. And if someone does tell me how to do something, I'm usually gonna like say something.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's just how, so I get that too, you know. But I try to be careful about my opinions of other people when I try to, because I know it irks me so much that I will usually try to like think before I speak when it comes to that, you know, because like I know that when I speak my opinions, I'm making it about me and getting my point across. But in my head, I'm like, you already heard. You're heard to yourself. That's all that matters, right? Yeah. You don't really need the approval of other people in this specific moment. So let them have their thing. And if they ask, tell. Yeah. Say something. Otherwise, I just mind my fucking business.
I actually have been better. I'm not gonna lie. I have been better.
Progress.
With asking people, like, do you want my opinion right now, or are you just trying to talk to me? Like, you know, because like,
it's good to ask, because sometimes it's hard to tell.
Sometimes people just trying to talk.
Yeah, exactly. And I know that a lot of times I'm just trying to. I love talking. I'm talk forever. Do I want your opinion? No, it probably won't help me any. Like, I know who I am. I'm stubborn. I probably know the solution to the problem that I'm talking about, but I'm gonna talk about the problem anyway because it makes me feel better. So like asking people like, do you want my opinion right now, or just do you want me to talk? Like, I don't know, like, how do you want me to support you right now? And I haven't found out the best way to ask that, because I'm like,
that's a weird way to, you know, it's true.
I'm like, do you want me to?
A lot of people not ready for that kind of.
What do you need from me?
Like, what are you asking?
Some people would interpret that as like okay.
Like, oh, whoa, maybe I shouldn't have talked to you, but I feel
when it's a valid question, I guess.
What do you expect from me?
It's interpreted as
sometimes
rude.
just listening is enough, dude. Like, there's nothing that you could do in that present moment other than just listen, which is I've learned, because I've just been practicing empathy for not that long. Because I used to be that person, dude. Like, I literally think back and I'm like, ew, cringe. That was literally that person. Yeah, you know, I'm glad that I learned. At some point, but like I would want to fix things, you know, like, oh, you're telling me your problem because we want the solution, where you're just saying like some things don't need to be solved at that very moment. And I so agree with that now. But sometimes just like listen, because people work that shit out themselves, like the fucking like therapy,
a lot of time.
right?
Like,
they just
honestly, you
just gotta talk it out.
I feel like that just happened to me, where like I told my friend, like, I don't really know what I want, and they're like, it sounds like you don't know what you want, and I'm like,
I just said that.
I had just said that, and I said IDK. I feel like, you know, like I don't know what I want, so like I wasn't asking for you to tell me, like, I don't know. Like, it sounds like you don't know what you want. You need to sit down and figure out what you want. Like, I literally, like, I know that part. Like, I know that I need to sit down, figure out what I want.
Sometimes people just feel like they need to say something.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you don't have to comment on that. You can talk about the next thing you were going to say.
Yeah. And I appreciate the intention. I care about implications. And I don't think that the implications of her saying, it sounds like you don't know what you want, aren't harmful. Right. They're just... Like, you're right. Like, thank you. You are right. I do agree with you. Thank you for saying that. But I'll
like
figure it out.
Irrelevant thing to say.
It was just like.
But then those moments exist in life. Like, there ain't no right way to do nothing. Nobody knows how to handle every situation.
She probably didn't know how to
respond
it's just to
like,
me,
okay,
not
like what do I say? I'm gonna just repeat the same thing.
To me, saying I'm gonna do two opposite, literally, like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and then like, oh, never mind, I don't know, I think I'm gonna do this instead, and they completely contradict each other. Like, how else was she gonna reply? Honestly, like, other than you sound confused. You know. So I do value those moments, because at least you're listening, at least you're trying to catch on. But and
isn't that like a listening, like an active listening tactic to, like, you know, comment on the thing that you heard, and then to you know, address that you heard that.
Yeah, I think that statement right there made me appreciate that a little bit more. I think I do appreciate that more.
Yeah, the intention behind everything.
Yeah.
There's nuance in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one other thing that I wanted to touch on, like as artists, like in relationships and in general. Do you feel like by default, we, and I'm gonna say we as an artist, and maybe this may not be for everyone, but like, do you feel like artists create muses out of the people in their relationships? Because I've personally been in some relationships where it's like that's almost expected. And if like
what's expected from who?
So like from the partner in the situation, where it's like if you're talking about a romantic situation,
it should be
in a song.
Yeah.
It should be about,
yeah.
for sure.
Or if you talk about something that's problematic, then it by default is about me.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not always the case as an artist, and a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
So your question is, as an artist, are we finding our muse in our
Do you feel like we do that by default?
by default? It's interesting because this happened literally, so this actually fits with what you're asking. So what you were saying, how you haven't been feeling inspired lately with photography. I went a very long time with like not writing a full song. So I released an EP last year from songs that I worked on earlier that year to the year prior. You know what I mean? And then I was so focused on the things that come after you like release a project, which is a million and one things, as you know, which does not include like being creative. It just includes other parts of your brain.
Being creative is only like 10%.
Yeah, you feel me? So, which is fun as fuck. Like that's the funnest part. You're just in the studio and you're just like that's just 10%. Like you said, there's so much more that it's mind blowing that people don't know.
Yeah. Like I would never wish being an artist on anyone. Like people like look at that from the outside, like oh, like you get to create, you get to, but like the reality is
man.
Right. The reality is that no matter at whichever level of success, there's no certainty.
I think that
with any art, though.
Yeah,
any kind of art form, I would agree that there's things of photography that I have photographer friends that are successful, and I'm like, dude, you work your ass off to be able to get this in front of people. Yeah. It's not just having, I'm gonna print my stuff out and put it in a gallery. It's
and
like,
there's no direct path or right or wrong.
There's a million and one things you gotta do in the middle. So yeah.
And I think that you, I don't know. The have is a really concrete word, but I'm gonna use it, and I don't know. But I think that you have to have inspiration in order to be creative. And I think that doesn't always mean like a muse, but I think that you have to be inspired in order to create. I don't know if there is creation without inspiration.
I agree. I don't think that those two can exist.
Yeah, without each other. So I think that like going to like by default, do we create muses out of things? And I think that like we kind of at some point have to create those muses out of things, because how else do we inspire ourselves when we run out of inspiration? I mean, I guess there's lots of ways that we can, but I think that by default it's the easiest thing to do, to just say like, I'm gonna choose you. Listen, I love you, I think you're great, I'm gonna do this thing about you. Like for me, like the closest I got to taking pictures again was when I was dating someone. Like, oh, I think you're gorgeous, let's take pictures, you know? Like, of course, like that was my inspiration, that was my muse. Did I do it? No, because I felt like it would be weird a little. I feel like it's weird to use people to
that you're dating as muse.
Yeah.
So I didn't write a full song for a while, and like how you know, because I've talked to you during that time where I hadn't really had anything. I didn't have much, and I was fine with. It came. There was a point in my brain that was like, it came a point in time where I'm like, is that a problem? You know what I mean? I'm like, when do I get back into it again? I wasn't sure, but I wasn't pressing myself, because at the same time, like, if I start to stress myself out, I'm not gonna be creative.
Right.
So let me just fucking chill and take a break, whatever that looks like, you know. So boom, So now I'm in a relationship, and I started writing this song. I didn't have anything to write about. I didn't know. And I usually, how my process is with writing is usually based off of like a freestyle. Like maybe I'll think of like a place, a color, a memory, but something specific, and that will kind of create the structure for like the theme of the song. Other times it's just a freestyle, whatever, you know? So in this case, it was a freestyle. I'm thinking like, okay, let me look at my muse, which is my partner, right? So I'm like, okay, let me sing about her. And it's a cute song, and I have not finished it. Not because I don't like the song, because I don't know what to do with like a part of it. So fast forward, that song's unfinished and it's been kind of in that unfinished gray world. You know what I mean? For a little bit. And then I go into the studio with this new producer, and it's just me and him, and I start writing about this old flame I had like 3-4 years ago. You feel me? And it's fire. You know, like I'm talking about specific things that I experienced with this person.
Right.
You feel me? And then I knew that I'm a songwriter. It comes with the territory. You feel me? Like you're gonna talk about shit regardless of who you're with. Yeah. It's not gonna be about them. Yeah. It's just not. And I thought that was gonna be an issue. It didn't even occur to me. So I can sing that song and still sing it passionately because the memories were passionate, but my current attachment to it is not.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Right. Yeah.
So to answer your question, that did happen, but there's something more romantic about something that has already happened.
Yeah.
There's you can kind of create your own story. You can be a little bit more tragic about it. You can be a little bit more like just this longing for something, even though there's no attachment.
Yeah.
It's easy to create a story based on that versus like talking shit about your current partner on a song. Like that's weird.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's because memories are sweet.
Yeah.
I think
nostalgia.
Memories are sweet.
Because we make them.
Yeah. We have no
memories.
proof.
You get to pick.
Yeah.
You can't shuffle things around. You can't shuffle things around when you're like
your current
thing.
Partner,
That's weird.
Yeah.
Because they'll be like this did not happen, or they'll be upset about with you for making up some end to a story that hasn't ended yet. You know. But the memories are so sweet. You can just be like, oh, that's how I remembered it. And what are they gonna say? No.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
yeah,
cool.
That's not how you remember
everybody
it. Right?
forms their own memory of
I think about that with rappers all the time, where like they talk about bitches and fucking and this and that and the third, and they're married.
I've always had a problem with that in rap. So I guess my perspective on this, like I'm a really specific type of person. Like I use music as a portal for me to like just express myself and vent about what's going on. If I'm in a relationship, I will talk about you.
Okay. Do you feel like it
by
causes
default
problems?
I'm not gonna say anything bad.
Oh.
But
I
some
thought you were talking
but some
shit in
no. But some people aren't okay with that. You know, like it's just like some people interpret that as like obsession.
Maybe it feels dehumanizing.
Maybe.
To be.
I don't. But like it's like that's a byproduct of being with an artist. I think like.
Maybe I'm different, but I feel like that's so like romantic. Like I exist in other worlds other than the one that we can feel and touch each other.
I think it's romantic too.
Everybody don't think that, and like for me, it's like I'm like. If I'm in a relationship, I obviously think this person is the world.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I'm going to write about that.
Yeah.
And like I might make a whole album about that, saying that in a whole bunch of different ways. But then to some people that's like, okay, like you're really obsessing about this.
Yeah.
And you've thought about this from so many different angles and made this piece of art.
Yeah.
That makes some people uncomfortable.
Stop. I think that the Divine Feminine is the most
great project. Right.
album. Oh my gosh.
That was about Ariana?
Yeah, starts off with Ariana Grande.
I didn't know that, but that makes a lot of sense now that I actually think about it.
Yeah, it starts off with her singing. She sings the intro to the first song. I believe so. I could be wrong. But if I'm correct, she starts off, she sings the intro of it, and it's a whole album dedicated to her and her pussy.
It's a beautiful
romantic.
album.
It's
that
the
makes
most
so
gorgeous.
much sense now that I think about the song.
Yeah. When you think about the song, it literally is dedicated to her.
Damn, I kind of got that feeling, but then like, I ain't tired. Like I wasn't paying attention to who he was dating or nothing like that.
Exactly. But his love for Ariana Grande was so deep. He wrote a whole album about it, an album that is just so like eloquent. I really think it's a gorgeous album. I think that it is one of the highest forms of flattery.
That's the thing though, right? Because imagine he wrote, or anybody made an album about their muse, their love, and it was trash. You feel me?
Yeah.
Then that would be a reflection of how you feel indirectly.
Yes.
Or maybe you're just a trash artist.
Yeah.
But
I was going to say, maybe it's a reflection of your artistry.
Or one of the two, you feel me? So I wouldn't be flattered if someone did some shit about me and it was
horrible.
What if it was their most passionate thing ever?
Right.
And
I'm
they're like, hey, listen to this.
No, stop, because
how do you deal with it? Like, if you don't like it at all.
I've dated people who were musicians. Musicians. And honestly, I'm going to be so honest. I hate listening to music of people I know because I'm an honest girl. Mm-hmm. I'm going to live in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And if I don't like it, like, what do you want me to tell you? Like, I didn't like it? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to be the reason why someone stops doing the thing that they love. I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
So if you love the thing you're doing and you value my opinion, don't ask me about it. Don't ask me about it, because if it's wrong and you value if it's something that you don't agree with or I don't like it and you value my opinion, that's gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hurt you. So I don't like listening to music of people that I date.
I'm on this. I feel that.
And I know, because people want you to be a supporter so badly.
I couldn't date in a situation like that. It's like,
really?
No, cause like I would have to
that makes sense.
Tell you.
That makes sense.
You know, but like we could work on it.
Yeah, we can make you a better artist.
What are their numbers on that?
They all make different sounds. Well, I got the mallet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a kid's version of the big one.
Okay, I see. But yeah, I don't know. But I will, if you ask me and you really want me to, then I'm gonna do it. Some people just put on their music without asking me, and I'm like, great. Like,
if you do that, you don't care.
Yeah.
you just
want someone to
whatever.
hear it. You just want someone to,
right.
Let's get those listens up.
I feel like if you do that, then that's like, okay, you want to know whole
I actually think that was shit. No, like, I would never say that to anyone.
You asked for it.
Yeah.
I kind of expect.
Not for me.
I expect to be the muse.
Yeah.
I expect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
me too.
I would want you to think I'm the shit.
Yeah.
And so make it about me.
I literally went, no, because I completely agree. I want you to be obsessed with me. Oh, you don't think I'm the most amazing person who has graced this earth?
How do you deal with that? Like, okay, so think from outside of being an artist, right? So you enter a relationship with an artist that did that.
Who
for
made
someone.
Me their muse?
No, that made someone else their muse to that extent. How do you how do you deal with that?
What is the song?
I'm not dealing with it.
What is it?
Just like,
is this song
we can't do this. Just
so you're asking me if I'm dating someone and they make someone else their muse
in the past.
A past thing?
Not in the moment.
Oh wait, so in the past they've made an album about someone who.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that relationship is ended.
Is this the album that they make about me better? Like, I think it's subjective. It's subjective because like.
Would you compare them?
I don't believe in other people's relationships interfering with mine. So like your
That's
past
hard
relationships.
with an artist, though.
No, but I don't believe in me comparing myself to another person that they dated. Like, that was your experience then, and I'm grateful for your experiences in the past because I believe that they've made you who you are now.
Right.
So that was your experience for you to keep, and I'm not going to keep that. My experiences and who I've dated in the past are my experiences for me to keep. Now, if we want to talk about them and, like, exchange traumas or whatever, like, parts of the relationship that made us who we are, I'm fine with that. But in totality, I don't really care about people's past relationships because, like, this is none of my business. Unless they're still talking to each other, then that's my business.
That's different.
But
that's different.
If not, then that's none of my business. That's for you to keep. That's for your experience and for you to hold on to.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Nothing we can do about it. We can't go in the past, erase and delete the song.
Yeah, you can't undo stuff that's already been done.
Yeah.
Can't undo feelings.
I will say, I'm going to make a very like egotistical statement. But I love the fact that I chose this career. Like like for us, you know, we both make music. I feel like making music is probably one of the most powerful, influential things that we could do in the art world. Outside of what else? Outside of,
I think like other than that, and like movie making maybe.
I mean,
but with movie making, you need the budget. You need people to see it. You know what I mean? Whereas like music, you can upload a song tonight. It can be up in 2 weeks. Yeah. And it could be, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a way that it can still be out there. But movie making, no, I fucking love movies and all that.
More easily associate sound to their own memories.
Yes.
Right, exactly. So I use that as like my superpower, and like I have my insecurities. I have my insecurities all day. You feel me? Like, period. But I know that if someone does me wrong, if you make me feel any type of way, good or bad, it's gonna come out in song, and I'm gonna make it sound good, and I'm gonna make people listen to it and know how I feel. And that's what I think is so powerful about songwriters is like, don't fuck with me. Yeah. Cause I can make a really dope song about how you suck. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that you have to live with that being with that existing. Me being petty. That's me in my petty bag.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, so the same way I was talking about like making the full project about somebody, I had got to the point where I was so upset with somebody that I did that same thing, and made it just a really, really negative piece of art. I was just like, I have to destroy this. No. And it was I spent months making this.
I think
was
it's
just
beautiful.
like, I can't like destroy someone like that. It's not okay. No one deserves that for well, there's a very small list of actions that would be justified. Yeah. Wait, let me say that. But like in a relationship, you could.
Yeah.
In a relationship, if somebody has done you no physical or mental harm, I feel like it's not worth.
I feel like even if they have, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
I honestly, like, my honest opinion, I just don't think that, because I think about it a lot when people make me mad. I'm like super impulsive. I'm like, I'm just gonna like break their heart. I'm gonna make them cry right now, and then I like have to take a step back and like, what is that really gonna do for me? Like, why do I want them to be more traumatized than they already are? Right. Like, I don't. So I'm gonna let you have your peace, and the universe will get you. You know,
it'll
like,
come back around.
You get what you deserve.
It's not my job to.
Yeah. So like, I feel like, asked me a year ago, I would have been like, yeah, fuck them. Like, I think they're a piece of shit. Like, I should beat their ass. But this Jazlean, she's like, it's okay. You know.
New person.
New second, new me. New breath, new me. You know.
I love that.
That's tight.
Always evolving.
Yeah.
So you make music. I asked before this if you had a song like that lyrically tied to this, that and it could be by you or just a song that you like that you know that made you not feel this way, but like tied you know to like kind of the main thing that we're talking about. Okay. So
what kind of, because I can go in a few different directions, but like, I
mean that's on you.
No, I'm curious, is that like, or you too, like what, based off of what we said, like what kind of, what thoughts do you have?
About what?
Like final thoughts. Okay, let's go there. Like after everything we've discussed, like what are some final thoughts?
What are our
Like
main points?
yeah, like what do you, like final words that like
everybody different. That's always my main point for everything.
Everybody is different. Understanding is key. Empathy
yeah, very true.
Key. I think that was our point in a lot of maybe everything that we said.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of things can always be boiled down. I hate that word. Boiled down to like 2 or 3 words.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. Love, empathy, understanding.
Yeah. Quick bites.
Yeah.
But then what's the point in the quick bites?
Yeah,
you don't get the depth.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if you're thinking to choose of what to choose from, I think that our main points were empathy, understanding, and
yeah.
Unity.
Yeah.
Show,
I have a
right?
song called Never Forget, which is literally about a relationship that I had. I was like I was in long distance as well relationship, but it just didn't work. It just didn't work.
That
and like
hard. I've never been in that kind of situation.
It just didn't. We were just different people, and we would still come. You know how it happens. You break up, and then you guys still end up talking again, and then there's that week-long like bliss thing, right? But then it usually ends up like, oh, you're reminded of why it didn't work, and then it's like that heartbreak all over again, or it's like that deception all over again, and then maybe 3 months later, talk again. Oh wait, we're still dealing with the same bullshit. You know what I mean? So this song is about, like, I'll never forget you, but like if you love someone, you'll let them go, you let them fly, kind of like how we were saying, like if you love someone, you can let go, walk away, because that's what I think love is too.
To speak on, like, to touch on that real quick, so like, and I feel like this was the dumbest thing ever that I've let me not say it was the dumbest thing ever, because I fuck it, no, I kind
of like that we've caught all of our generalizations throughout the conversation. We're like, yeah, wait, but
but in anyway, like, so like when I moved back here from Georgia, I was like, all right, let me ask my ex from high school to drive cross country with me. And like just midway through it, I was just like, okay, we're totally different people. This is weird.
Oh no.
And it was just like not a cool experience. And like, and it's like it just instantly reminded me of like, this is why we've separated. Like you're cool for bites of time.
But you need to do that enough times to find that boundary, right? To put your foot down and be like, I love you, but no.
That validation. I saw her again like 2 days ago because she was visiting out here, and like that was cool. We spent like an hour or 2 together.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice, short, sweet. Yeah. I once you do something that like crosses my boundaries, I can't like think about you, or else I experience dissonance. I hate dissonance. I'm not doing it.
And then everybody different. In my situation, it was we just different people.
No, but I'll let you break like small boundaries along the way to get to the big one. To get to the big one, that's like
you'll build a case.
Yeah. I have to build a case. I have to make it make sense in my head.
I mean to cut you off with the song though.
So you want me to sing it?
I would like you to. You don't got to. That's up to you. I can. Okay.
You're gonna be cringing because we're not dating. You just say you don't like hearing music from people that like you date. Yeah.
We're not dating.
We're good. So if you hate it, it doesn't matter.
Imagine I'm like, wow, that was shit. No, I'm just like, I wish you never share that. I wish Vitra like text him. Vitra, next time, please don't ask her to do that.
Don't ask anyone to ever share.
No, just like, that'd be so fun. No, please.
I think that's hilarious. No, I think that's funny. Okay, so the song's called Never Forget. This is because I was trying to figure out in my head like which verse do I sing, but like there's no verses. It's kind of like one long thing. So okay. We keep going, we keep driving around in circles every time. We run too fast, get too close. Shit hits home when you know, without space and time, we cannot grow. I promise I'll keep only the good memories with me. And I'll never forget you. No, I'll never forget you. The end of the chapter. It wasn't so bittersweet. And I'll never forget you. No, I'll never. That's kind of like a part of it. So like the end of the chapter isn't bittersweet. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. You know, I'll never forget. I still love you, but that's it.
Yeah. We got our memories. We can revisit the books all the time. I like it.
Thank you.
I know you didn't ask.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that was cool.
What about you?
What you mean?
No, you dropped something.
What you talking about?
Do you have a song about?
I got many songs. 80% of my career is about love. Stuff like that.
Something
like,
the more recent, maybe something.
all I can do is make songs about people.
What about this current project that you're gonna release now in May? Like something from there?
So, I'll talk about that project.
Okay.
So the goal. So the first. The project that you're talking about is with me and an artist, Wilma Archer from the UK. He does like real orchestrated type. He's a great producer. One of the I feel like it's an injustice to call him a producer. Anyway, the first album that we did, it was about like the relationship that I was going through, like a bunch of like negative stuff. And just like me expressing like how I was dealing with that, and like my perspective of situations since that and things like that. This project is more like reminiscing on those, reanalyzing those situations, figuring out like where I was wrong, and the things that I could have done to change things. And just accepting that like there's life after you know things happening. Everything that I write is personal. Like by default, I don't know another way to make music. There's to me there's no point in doing it if I'm not expressing myself or my situation. I'm not gonna speak on nothing unless I feel like it's what I need to speak on. But yeah, I don't got no. I mean, I could pull up the lyrics and do some shit, but I'm not.
No. All right.
Where my 21st century doodad?
Your telephone. Your telephone.
What century is it? One of them?
I don't even know.
The one? It's the century.
We're in the 20. I don't know how to do math. 22nd.
I got it. Okay. So there's a song, and it's actually about. There's no point in me saying when it's gonna come out because it doesn't matter. Because it comes out soon, but this isn't coming out in relation to that time.
Oh well, for those who are watching,
in the future, you time traveler.
Yeah.
Love you.
Yeah.
Time traveling ass.
I know.
Anyway, the song's called "Clean Me Clean."
What's it called?
"Clean Me Clean."
Okay.
And it's a like I was talking about reflection. So I'm gonna just do it. Close chapter, let it in, let the new in. Feeling great like when they knew in. Made it to the roof in a lone fraction of who I would've supposed I'd end up being. Things change, rearrange mine. Rains back like I ain't wanna say the next line, it hurts, so let's leave it redacted. Heavy weather like I'm Jaco, rewind time, Winnebago. Lots bagels, the color ones when I did department shifts. Weekday farmer market trips. On the market like I'm selling, if you need it, I got it, you want it, I get it, what's happening with it. In my bag, I'm plugged like, let me not take this in that direction like I would in the past. Didn't make me better, didn't make me stronger, only wasted time. Face to face with mine, I couldn't place this fine. Other matches lined up, you could train and try. Shit, I believe in I'm per rapper, I'm rapping. Holidays and rapping in the wind dissolve. Missteps and madness. Missteps and madness. It's uglyish, I'm Warren Mathis. God is coming clean me clean. And essentially, that's just me reflecting on that relationship. And I was talking about, like I said, Lox Bagels, the colored ones, when I did department shifts. My partner at the time would literally, like, I used to work at Lowe's, and she would just wait. Like, we had that kind of relationship. So it's just like, the only thing that matters in each other's life is us.
Is each other.
So it's like, all right, if you're at work, I'm gonna just wait. What else am I gonna do? You know. So that was just me reflecting on that, and then, like, you know, our trips to the farmers market, but then also like in reference to a market, like after a relationship, now you're on the market. Mm-hmm. So I was like, on the market, like I'm selling. If you need it, I got it. You want it, I'll get it. What's happening with it? You know, like, you know, like, corny shit, technically.
in an eloquent way.
You know?
Very strategically put.
And early in the verse, I said, feeling great like when they knew in. They knew, that's kind of like an inside reference to the people that know my catalog of music. The last song on the album I released, They Knew, was called Gray. And it was about me feeling in this gray emotion. Mm-hmm. So like that line is a reference to that whole song. Like, apply that feeling to this.
I think that's one of my favorite things. I think that's so cool. And I like when fans of artists recognize that.
Yeah,
I think that's my favorite thing. They go and like analyze songs and they're like, wait, this is so cool. And then like people who do like podcasts and vlogs about music, they'll be like, they reference this song and blah blah blah.
And then you go on their Genius. And
and you go on
fans make
it's tight.
It's
sometimes
fun.
people be wrong, but it's tight.
Yeah.
You know that lighter trick?
Oh yeah, you could do it with the lighter. I remember
somebody was like, oh hey, no, I got this. Did it, like, whole arms bleeding, like, and I'm like, no, never trying that.
You did not need to have to.
Never trying that.
That's kind of fun.
If you got one of them key opener things, I don't got no key opener. Ooh,
wow.
Look at you.
Stocked and ready.
But to comment on my lyrics, what I was gonna say is, I, as an artist, I like pain. Unfortunately for myself.
Yeah, clearly. Not an easy thing to handle.
I like music with sorrow in it.
Me too.
I like longing. I like that feeling. But then, like, to like that and want to make that, I have to put myself in that.
Yeah.
And it hurts a lot. But I love the music I make in that space.
There you go.
I don't know. I think people always do tell me that I listen to sad music. I love something about somberness. That I think that's my favorite emotion. Not my favorite emotion, but like.
Okay, I didn't want to ask this because I didn't want to. It'd be really cool if I could guess it, but I don't know if I can. Like, your sign.
Guess.
Because there's so many things you said, and I'm like, I like it, but like,
Signs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that movie Signs.
Yeah.
No, it's like a horror film about aliens.
Aliens in like the crop fields, whatever, or like the cornfields.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you okay? Let me guess what kind, like which thing?
Yeah. Guess what you is.
Yeah.
What is you?
Are you a fire sign?
I am a fire sign. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Because there's Leo, Sag. What's the other one?
I think Gemini.
Gemini, and
there's only 3.
Only 3?
Yeah, because there's 4 elements.
4 elements.
And there's 12 months.
Okay.
So 3 times 4.
Okay. You are a Sag.
I am a Sag.
What is you? What you?
How about you guess?
Ooh, I probably couldn't guess.
About none of this.
I didn't demonstrate too many of my other features.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I want to say, which I don't think is right, isn't my guess. I want to say Leo because I feel like Leos are always really confident and live in their confidence.
No, but I date a Leo. Maybe she's rubbing off on me.
You do, Leo?
And I have no... Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
I actually have no fire sign in my chart at all.
Okay, so you date a Leo. Okay.
There's no fire.
And how well do you guys get along? I'm like, so tell me more about your relationship.
Pretty well.
Yeah?
Yeah. I get along with most signs. I really fuck with Sagittarius.
Are you Libra or Virgo?
My rising is Virgo. My moon is Libra.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know nothing about. I like people that told me. I got all this stuff in my phone.
Yeah.
I don't know it by heart or nothing. What do y'all think I am?
I feel like I might know your birthday.
You're Virgo?
Wait.
No, you're Taurus.
When's your birthday? When's Rachel's birthday? I feel like it just passed. Recently? No, it wasn't recently.
Well, kinda.
Yeah, I feel like it kind of was.
How recent is recent?
Are you a Capricorn?
No.
No, you're not a Capricorn.
Mm-hmm.
Was it? Are you Sag too? No, you're not a Sag. Are you Scorpio?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. See, I knew it was recently. Well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Recent-ish.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were a Scorpio.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I feel like your birthday was, I don't know.
I wouldn't count that as recent.
You don't really give me. I consider it as recent because my mind isn't in about to be April. My mind is like in January.
Yeah,
you know?
It's pretty.
Yeah.
The year passing.
Like
we time
yeah.
traveling.
Yeah.
Zoom.
For
Mazda.
real. Literally, we are ripping through these months.
I love that I got yours right.
Yeah.
I can't get over that. Because you know what it is I love about Sagittarius is I have a lot of friends that are, and I get along with them really well. Because you're fiery, you're confident.
Sizzle.
But you're so sensitive. Like, you're so like you say you're not a lover boy, right? You said that you're not a lover girl?
Nah. I mean, no. I feel like I like want to be attached to your hip.
Yeah. That when you said that and then listening to somber music and stuff like that, like, yeah, that's such a Sag.
Yeah.
I'm a Pisces, but I think that the other signs kind of peak out a little bit more.
Yeah. Because you don't really give me Pisces. I feel like Pisces are kind of aggressive, kind of out there. But maybe you are more out there around in different situations, different, you know.
I'm very sensitive. Like,
yeah.
Tears are ready to go at any moment.
Do you find you always end up like pairing with the same sign?
No.
Yeah, no. Opposites.
It's a mixed bag for me.
I always end up with exactly the same sign as me.
The same sign as you?
Yes. Every
Scorpios?
Relationship I've been in.
That's why they're not working.
You attract Scorpios?
Because Scorpio. Wait, are you talking about Scorpio women?
Yeah.
Oh, they are aggressive. Scorpio women are like.
I know most of Scorpio
fire blazing, guns blazing, like. I think Scorpio women are.
Well, there was one that wasn't Scorpio. I don't know what she was.
I think two Scorpio personalities are kind of like a lot. I don't know. I don't really like. I don't know.
Everyone that I like that it was like that that it meant that much. They've also been a Scorpio.
I feel like I date fire signs a lot on accident.
I think fire signs attract fire signs a lot.
Yeah, but it's just like. Something I feel like that is in common with all fire signs is that they just want to like be free, travel the world, be single, like live their lives.
Free.
Yeah. So I feel like that has been my downfall in life, dating fire signs. It's like because I feel that like, do I like? Oh, you don't want to commit? Do I want to commit? Like maybe we both don't want to commit. Maybe we are having fun being free. But it's also like, why am I dating you? Why am I half-assed committed to you right now?
I mean, you could date and also be free.
But I feel like there's always this like exclusivity that is wanted with dating after you've been dating for a while. Because like you can date for
by
maybe
default.
a month or two.
I feel like even in open relationships,
Yes.
it does end up turning into that.
Yes, it's exclusivity,
Yeah, I get you.
and it's like an unspoken rule. Like, oh, we've been dating for like 2 months now. Are you dating other people? It's like, well, I guess not. You know, like, but then it's like, do I want to date other people? Like, do I want to give people that much of my time?
With me, that's never really a question. Like it's just like, all right, well, what do you want to do? Like if you want to, like if you want an open relationship, then that's cool. If you don't want an open relationship, then that's not cool. You know, like it's whatever you want.
I want the world to be mine. I want someone to be like, whatever you want to do. I'm like, yes.
And like I'll do that like to my own demise, right? Like, so there's a situation where like I really messed up a connection that I had with someone in music, like one of my idols, right? And me and the person I was in a relationship at the time, we got in an argument. I was at a session with this artist that I really look up to. She walked out. No phone.
Who walked
everything.
out?
The person I was in a relationship with. Walked out, no phone, everything. I stopped. I left. I didn't come back for 3 hours.
Oh, shit.
But in a relationship, and I don't regret it though. You know, like it's just like I care that much. Like if you leave and I lose you, I can't continue doing things.
You can.
So
eventually.
Yeah, but do I want to?
With that, because I do think that they would get over it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the other person would. I'm not the get over it type.
But you could sit down and talk about it when the time is right. I feel like you could sit down and talk about it when the time is right. But again, we aren't you. But I would personally. I remember telling you, like, yeah, you are. Yeah. You can't get over it. Yeah. Like, I'm the type of person like, okay, when you have the time, when you're in the space in your head, let's talk about it. Especially because me, if we're gonna talk about it right now, I'm gonna tell you all the things that I feel right now. My
head instantly went to like, all right, I'm gonna work this out and I'll figure out how to explain that to him. Just because like if I'm in a relationship like that's all that matters to me. My career doesn't matter, nothing matters. And
it's like how that person is acting though.
I hate that about
myself. Low key, how the other person acted walking out, I don't respect that as much as what you did.
I know that now.
I have more respect for what you did because you're willing. I love your heart. Like I respect that about you as a person. You feel me? That person knowing that about you shouldn't have done that. Period. Because if they're dating you, they know that about you. You feel me? They should at least be like, yo, baby.
You ignore red flags.
They should have been like, yo, baby, I'm gonna go, but it's fine. You know, at least communicated that. You might have still went after them, probably, even if they did say that. But at least having that kind of like, understand this is a big deal, or at least keep your ass fucking quiet, sit down in the corner, get over it, and wait it out.
And it was because this is so in relationships, it's hard being with people that like have a specific idea of what an artist is, and then other people then people that have a history of dating artists, right? So in this situation, I went to a party, right, for the person that I look up to and whatever, and me and my partner went because I'm gonna bring whoever I'm with to everything, and you know that's whatever
as we do.
She saw somebody that dated her ex, and
wait, hold on. She saw someone
that dated her ex.
Yes.
So her ex's ex. Yeah. Basically.
And she was upset that the person that I looked up to was working with this person.
Oh, brother.
So that created so you're going to go around those people and so you're just going to support her because she and it's like there's a whole world created of like, okay, you're around her, so you're doing something, and it's like
that's insane.
There's nothing to do with that.
No, that's kind of bonkers. No offense to the gal.
That's the kind of stuff that I attract.
But that is kind of bonkers because like your ex dated someone, like that's not even my ex. That's your ex's. Are you still in love with your ex? You guys need to go talk something out.
So that was what it was, and I was okay with that after a certain point because it's like, all right, if that's what it is, tell me that's what it is. So we like turned into an open relationship, right?
Okay.
This just shows how much I care about someone, right? So it's like if I'm seeing that like you.
Hey, don't blur the lines between care and lack of boundaries.
Yeah, I don't think that I have boundaries when I want someone to be happy.
Yes.
You know, and
that's a good
like
point.
it's I need to, just like you were saying, say no.
Say freaking no.
Learn how to say no.
Because how do you honor someone else when you're not honoring yourself? You can't. There's no way.
You're gonna lose yourself.
There is nothing you can
I've
convince
lost myself
me.
many times.
Exactly. But the process of finding yourself, I guess it is kind of freeing. It's like, look, I know who I am again. I get to work on this. But like, not if you keep on losing yourself, because you can find yourself and keep on building on that and building on that. But like, losing yourself, you have to restart.
Because it's also not the other person's job to keep you good. You feel me? Like, out of love and respect, check in. But that's not up to your partner or whoever to be like, just tell you how to act. You feel me? Or like, tell you what you gotta figure that out for yourself.
Right. But then I don't want to take away so much credit from them, right? Because there would also be times where like they got aware of that, and then they were like, all right, well, I'm just not gonna come with you, you know. But like, I would be willing to, okay, like, even though I know that this is important for me, I'm not going. And like, so many.
What?
So like they would tell me like, okay, it would be a smart career move to go to this thing, right?
Yeah.
And not bring me. Like, speaking as my partner, I wouldn't go. And like, there's been a lot of situations that I messed up because I wasn't present.
Maybe, and you know
That reminds me of that Doja Cat song where she songs. What's that song? Like, I missed out on shit because of the.
Oh
person.
yeah.
But then that was my choice.
Yeah, but yeah. So my comment was gonna be, maybe you should find a therapist.
No shade. I need therapy.
Yeah. No, I'm not avoiding it.
Maybe you should unpack that.
You
Unpack
should.
that. Why are
That's
you willing
why
to
I'm so
compromise
fine
yourself
with
for someone
talking
else?
about it.
Yeah.
Because you're willing to you're willing to ruin things to keep other things.
Now,
and
I don't know if
think,
I make that same choice now.
Okay.
Right.
But like,
Okay.
but it could still
Well, yeah, because you don't know until
it happens
until it
again.
happens.
yeah.
Yeah, which
I
I agree with. I probably can say a lot of shit that I wouldn't do right now, but
Yeah.
I already
Who
know
fucking
it's a concept.
knows?
But then I was a different person at that time.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't see a lot.
Yeah, tunnel
You know,
vision.
there's a lot that I would not put up with in now's
I hope
situation.
you always advocate for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It took a
absolutely.
You
while.
are
It took a while.
always champion your passions and your dreams, despite any.
I just want people to be happy.
But yourself.
But that makes me happy.
Yeah, and you can find validation in other people's happiness while also finding it in yourself.
You're right. I'd definitely be avoiding trying to
'Cause-
find happiness in myself.
It's
the inner
interesting
work.
because it's like you're a parent too, right? So you're exercising that like 100% of the time now.
Probably through and
You feel
through,
me?
yeah.
Like it's now it's like an extension of you, and now you're loving this person super hard, more than yourself. So maybe that's a good point, or those moments is where you can check yourself. You know, like,
Right.
am I actually doing this because I love him, or is it because I think this is what he needs? You know what I mean, or what I want him to have? I don't know. It's a conversation you need to have.
Yeah.
Because at this point, it's not. It's literally you're a parent. I can't tell you what that love looks like. 'Cause I'm not one.
Yeah.
But it's a really cool and amazing thing that you get to express and experience. But you have to still, as a parent, you can't do everything for your kid.
Yeah. So I don't know if I alluded to, like, I was talking about my kid, or I don't, did I?
No.
When?
I don't know. But
No, you just said you like to make people happy.
oh yeah. But just raising children is really beautiful.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I can
Because
imagine.
there's no right or wrong way to do it. There's no rule book for it. I talk to my mom about it all the time. And then, like, I've always tried to give my son the space to make his own decisions. There was one specific point in time. I think it was like Thanksgiving, and we were with like a bunch of relatives because my family's from Louisiana. We were in the store, and my son wanted this like Frozen purse, but like you know, like he's seen me wear a purse, like and things like that. But like my uncle was there, and like he started giving them this lecture about like what's for men, what's for women. I had to like shut it down quick. Yeah. Because it's like you don't tell him what to decide at any point in time.
This is his life.
Yeah, and like giving him that space to make his own choices. Like there's certain things that we don't need to talk about yet. You know, because I don't need to like pollute his mind with that.
And I think that it's really special when kids create themselves for themselves. Because it's really easy, and we see it all the time. Like, oh my gosh, Nemi, she is a little walking, talking clone of everyone around her. She is doing everything. I have a niece, and she does everything that anyone does. She copies everyone mannerism. My brother makes music. She will move her head like she's making music.
Because she's learning that space. Like she's seeing like, okay, this is how you operate in this environment.
Exactly. But she still like creates, she still does the things the way she wants to do it. So I think there's like something really special about kids like picking up inspiration from the people that they see, but doing it for themselves. Like nobody tells her no when she's she's dancing a certain way, so she's still doing it herself. She's still creating and curating that experience for herself, but she's like picking up these pieces from everyone else, and it's just so like amazing to see.
Seeing that really makes you appreciate and kind of like it makes you appreciate like life a little bit more, but then it also makes you realize that like some things are not that serious. Like I've seen Ivan get upset about something, right? And like I'll really be looking at it as like, oh, you mad that something didn't go your way? That's funny. But then like I'll look at myself like I do the same thing.
It's like a carbon copy.
So then that changed my perspective on it. Even when I'm upset, it's like this is really insignificant. Like I could be doing all these other things instead of being sad or being upset. You know, and it's like I tell him that, but it's like, you know, also for myself. And like I feel like having a kid sometimes is the only window that some people get into, you know, getting that reflected back on them.
But I love what you said about like giving him space to be who he wants to be. You gotta do that same thing in relationships, man.
You're right.
Like how you were saying earlier about committing, because I just read what my Venus is on this website, and it was like, and I read it with my partner, and it kind of shits on me half the time. You know what I mean? It's not like some you know, some things you read are like, you're this, and it kind of like pumps you up, like I'm the shit. Read your Venus.
Hey, sometimes it's gonna put you in your place.
Read your Venus, because
my son does it for me. I have a Aquarius rising and a Virgo moon. Like I get it enough. My signs are just, I'm the most stubborn, you know, like chaotic. You know,
sometimes
like,
reality ain't positive. You know,
but
you need to hear certain things.
But hey, I exist.
The thing about committing, like my Venus being in Pisces, it talks about like a little bit like we can commit on the surface, because there's still parts of me which I can relate to where you're saying like I want to be free and open and out and blah blah blah. Like I have a hard time committing to things outside of music, because music allows me to be whoever I want whenever I want. So it's cool, like art does in general. But so like finding that in a relationship is like you have to kind of make that your own reality, or else I would forever be single. Like if I didn't find that for myself or created that niche, you know, I would be single today. Like I would not, because I'm the most unrelationship type of person, non-relationship person, not like most non-committal person you probably will ever meet. Because I like actually like love that about myself. I love that I'm like, oh, I'm free, I'm out. But you doing that for Ivan, for example, right? That love, like you exercising that in a relationship, I think would give you the same kind of results. You know, how Ivan still always will come back to you.
It's hard for me to project that onto other people that aren't like, you know, like I'm trying to do that with somebody who is raised differently, who comes from a whole different background, who has all these different experiences. It's weird for me.
You don't feel like you like compromise yourself when
I do.
So
I do a lot every day.
Okay, so how do you? I guess it's my view, but how do you feel like your compromisation of yourself in your relationships? How do you feel like that's love? How do you feel like that acts as love? Not like that's love, because that sounds really like.
I don't, because I've never thought about it. I tend to not think about myself in relationships at all.
You exist in the relationship.
That's true, and it's like I've operated a certain way in the past. Like, you know, like now I realize certain things, and I kind of won't make those same decisions, or I hope I won't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
You have the tools to not.
Yeah, like I shouldn't make them same decisions next time.
Hey, I love. I'm just.
You know, so when it and it's like it's in that kind of situation, like you can't really chase. So like if it happens, it happens. Like if not, you know, it ain't really no rush to make it happen, because then it's not gonna be what it need to be.
Yeah.
You know, so hopefully I don't make the same decisions.
Hopefully not.
You know, I'm human. I fuck up.
We're manifesting for you.
Thank you.
Hoping for the best for you.
Gotta believe.
Yeah, exactly. I believe in you. Yeah.
Me too.
Compromisation is not key. Oh my gosh, weddings! Oh, I love seeing clips of weddings.
Weddings are beautiful, but like I remember the last time I've been to a wedding, I was listening to the words. I had never listened to the words, and I'm like, this is a really awkward situation.
Yeah.
Like once you start tying that, like just the
like death do us part.
Better.
Where's like.
It's just weird, like, and it's at that point it's like, okay, like this is a contract. This is like a business agreement. Like I love you, but now we're adding all this.
I don't believe in contracts. Like I don't believe in like this is the end of.
I don't think you need a marriage to be married.
At all, and I'll live in that for the rest of my life. I think that we could throw a party to celebrate our love.
Yeah.
I think we could buy nice dresses, nice suits. I don't believe in a contract. I don't think you'll ever get that out of me.
But for me, if the person wants that, I'm fine with that.
Oh, brother, we gotta get you.
But that's not a sacrifice for me. I don't look at that as a sacrifice. So I'm like, well, like if you're into that, cool.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, it don't really matter to me.
Your morals or values. Yeah. If it's just something you don't care about.
If you want that, fine.
Yeah. But I care about it, and I don't agree with it, and like that's. I just feel like it's really uncomfortable. I think it's really uncomfortable and very like invalidating of my autonomy, and I'm really big on autonomy. I'm really big on like my self-autonomy, which is why I value honesty so much, because I feel like if you're lying to me, you can't respect my autonomy, and you've taken my right to make ample decisions for myself away.
And it's a waste of time.
OMG. Can you? I mean, we're gonna have this recording. Can I record you saying that? Like not on video, but like in my voice memo.
Yeah, you can. Oh man, no, I'm gonna try to say it the same way I just said it.
It's gonna be here too, right?
Yeah,
you can literally like after we're done, like play it back. Okay,
exactly.
but like
yeah,
if you can.
I got the audio.
Well, okay, so I feel like I don't feel like I know I value honesty because because I value autonomy so much, and if you lie to me, then you take away my ability to make ample decisions for myself, so you take away my body autonomy, and that's like really big to me. That is my absolute boundary. You lie to me, we're done. I don't care, friend, lover, family, you lie to me.
It's not necessary.
It's not, because
ever.
I'm so understanding, and I think that I show that to people like through
most people are, if you actually talk about it.
Yeah. So like, lie to me, you're taking away my ability to make the most informed decision for myself, and that's not cool.
Well, that makes so that makes sense what you said, because in a court of law, right? So if you're lying, the jury can't make an informed decision because they are only given what they're. You know what I mean? So if you're lying, it's like you're ripping ripping them from the chance of actually making the best decision. And that makes sense.
I'm a blind truster.
It's one of the most inconsiderate things you can do.
I'm going to trust you until you give me a reason not to. I don't care if I just met you. I'm going to believe the things that you say until you give me a reason not to. Yeah. Because I'm not going to freak myself out focusing on, like, are you lying or not?
Like, you're projecting. You're now, like, doing something weird.
Yeah. Like, that's none of my business. I'm going to think that you're telling me the truth until you prove to me that you're not. And once you prove to me that you're not, you've taken away all it. Like, if you're lying to me consistently, like, oh... Like, I don't even
that
have
means that
anything
you thought it was a good idea.
Yeah.
Like you thought that was okay.
Yeah, like, ooh, no. And I feel like that's not even a boundary I have to express. I feel like that is...
What if... Okay, let me ask a question.
Okay. I'm open-minded.
A devil's advocate.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What if this person who's lied to you, right, is a bad habit? Like you said, we're talking about understanding, right? Can you also understand that someone is lying to you, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That people lie or do these things not because they want to hurt you or because they're being weird. It's because they thought they normalized it.
Okay, you want to know my second philosophy of life?
Yes.
Intention doesn't matter when the implications are far worse. I don't care about your intention. I don't care at all. If you're not thinking about the implications of your actions, then your intent doesn't matter. Because I can intend to do everything nice for someone and the implications are so much worse. So, like, there's real life implications to the things that we say and we do, and they manifest in real life ways, and people are affected by them in real life ways. They are consequences to the things that we say and the things that we do. So we can't, me as an adult, my partner as someone who I hope is emotionally intelligent, you can't live in that. Like, I intended for it to be kind. I hoped it would be kind. I thought that it would be kind. Like, okay, but did you think past that? Did you think about how this would manifest in the real world and how the long-lasting effects of it?
Some people don't think that far.
Yeah.
You know?
So what if you present that to them?
And they understand?
Maybe
it's a conversation that needs to be had.
Like you said, right. It's a conversation, right? Because, like I'm saying, advocate,
yeah,
I feel you 100%. Because I would be quick to be like, bye, bro. You don't get the memo.
Yeah.
I just do things. Okay, I do things out of an experiment situation, like kind of mindset as well. So say like now, right? This happens to you, and the person lies to you, but understanding, right? And that's so hard. But I have come to do that time and time again with people in my life where I'm like, okay, you do this thing that I would never do. I hate lying. I'm not a good liar.
Me neither.
I'm really not a good liar.
Laughing. Actually, effort. I'm lying. I'm such a good liar. I could lie straight to your face. You would never know.
You've said that.
I could lie straight to your face. You will never know. But I'm not gonna do it.
I can't trust you.
Yeah, because that's scary. Because like I can lie really well. That's scary. That's not.
I can lie if you ask me a question that's like superficial. You know, like, do you like this thing? I'm like, I don't care. I don't care to stick to my answer. So I'll just say that to appease them. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about how they feel. So I'm like, whatever. But if you're my friend, family member, or partner, I'm really keen on like I'm gonna probably hurt you if I tell you the truth. So but I'd rather that. Like I'm really okay with like being completely honest. You want to know the truth? Yeah, I was actually verbatim doing all these things. You know what I mean? Like I really love that kind of like rip the Band-Aid truth versus like the like. Let me creep around because I might hurt you. Like, bro, what? You think I'm made out of porcelain?
It's counterproductive. I feel like and this is just my opinion on it, but like I feel like if you're gonna lie about something, and there's a leeway, right? I feel like if you lie one time and then I catch you in the lie and you're willing to talk about it and then the lie doesn't continue, then it's fine. But if you try to keep lying,
if y'all talked about it after the whole thing happened, if y'all talked about it and then you talked about how whatever it is, all those things you lay down for them,
right? And if
they do it again,
then it's like, okay, like fuck this. This is over. This is done. I don't care about
people
me.
Before. I get that sometimes, like you say you're locked in, right? Newsflash: a lot of people aren't.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Most
so even when you think you're dating someone who's emotionally intelligent, baby girl, you're probably way more than they are. I put my money on you.
Almost always.
So like with that being said, it's like
no, but I will say in my complete honesty and transparency, like I currently, whatever that means, I'm going through a whatever that means. Allegedly. Yeah. I'm going through whatever. A situation where I feel like this person unintentionally didn't honor their word. Because, like, there's no way to tell the future. There's no way to, like, for them, they made a word, they said something, and I was like, okay, like, I'm gonna value this, even though this was like their third time saying they were gonna do this. But like, it was such a like big thing to keep. It was like, no, I don't want to give too much context. Sounds like a long story. But it was like, just like something that like time would have to tell.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so like, and then they didn't keep their word, and like this recently happened, so like they didn't keep that word to that, and I was like so hurt for like a day, maybe for like a few hours, and then I was like, but that was like a really big expectation for them, because like if I'm gonna say something like that, I'm gonna honor it, but for them, for someone who hasn't been loved with through communication and transparency and honesty and understanding and empathy, and who doesn't even really know what empathy is, like that was a big word for them. Like I don't even know if they believed in themselves when they said it.
Yeah, some people like it's really hard when you discover that like you're this far along, and then someone might be even though you love them. It's like but you don't even understand. You haven't learned like yourself enough to even deal with the question that I'm asking you.
It's like you think empathy and sympathy are the same things, and that means that the conversations that we have will not align. Because you will think that I'm asking for your sympathy when really I'm asking for your empathy, which is just your understanding. It's just for you to say, okay, and then you can disagree with me. Yeah. But as long as you understand, you know, as long as you're empathizing with me, putting yourself in my shoes, you can disagree with me, tell me all your opinions. But it was like the blurred, like, I'm like, I would tell him, like, I just want you to understand. And he'd go, I'm not going to sympathize with you. And I'm like, well,
it's like, that's not what
that's not
we're
even what I asked of you. That's not even what we're talking about.
And for you to interpret that way is kind of like,
like there's like a
disappointment in people is a thing.
Yeah, because it's like, do I want to do the emotional labor to teach you? That's hard.
You gotta weigh a lot.
Yes.
It's like, all right, we gotta work on this.
Yeah,
I'm willing to work on this.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to do all that. I think that like you just being, and you just like, cause I've done that. I've done that.
Yeah, me too.
Multiple times, and it's like they're still gonna be who they are.
Yeah.
You feel me?
You can't change people. Yeah. And you can't make it your mission to change somebody.
All you can do is live in your truth. Be the bomb ass person you are. Be better. Because it's kind of like, okay, this is gonna sound egotistical, but sometimes we want to be better for other people. So we can be that example.
Yeah. Most times.
We're making about ourselves a little bit. You feel me?
Nearly every
but that's
time
not a bad reason to try to be better.
Exactly.
For other people.
It's
you
fine.
feel me? So I think that like, okay, you continuing to being yourself. You express what you want, what makes you uncomfortable, what makes you comfortable, and if there's still resistance, it's kind of like, all right, I'm not gonna pull out the pamphlet to tell you like it's the next step. It's gonna be like maybe space. I don't know, like whatever you would just have to do.
I guess like a good way to go about that was like, okay, well, I'm telling you how I feel, and then just leave it at that. Just leave it at that. I mean. Like, if they're going to tell you, like, no, you don't feel that way, then there's a problem, because, like, you're not about to gaslight me and tell me how I feel. But, like, just, even if, I guess, like, my learning moment for myself, thank you for this, is understanding that, like, even though I can exude empathy, and I can feel it, and I can understand it, and that I want that in return, just because someone isn't there doesn't mean that they aren't trying to be there. You know, just telling someone, like, this made me uncomfortable, and me telling them that might make them uncomfortable and scare them and frustrate them, but like just leaving it at that, like, okay, well, I'm just letting you know.
I feel you.
Anyway, you know, and then the conversation goes on.
Free of charge. Talking about rocks.
Yeah, you're like,
can't we talking about rocks?
Oh, really? That's your boundary? I don't of all the boundaries, that's it? I mean, that's a good one to have. Okay.
Somebody was in here like pretending that it was like one of them horns, like the burr, burr, burr. I was like, bro, don't do that. Like,
can you do it if I press it? Can you edit the sound in?
No, I can, but I'm not. You can. I can tell you. I can say yeah.
Okay, you please.
I have the ability to say yeah.
But I value honesty.
Do you?
Yeah, and when you honor yourself, you also value honesty.
I'm not gonna do it.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Someone's gotta, but it has to be in the pod. Yeah, like we have to edit. Like, yeah.
No, I did it.
Okay, really.
That was my one time.
Oh. Oh, okay. No, it has to be longer. There you go. That was good. That was good.
You got
Yeah.
me.
That was good. That was good. Did great.